Oh, okay. hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Collins, aka the Aunt of Dragons. So today we're kicking off the Winter Fest for LeLeo Code's Fight Festival. I have some fighters, obviously, as you can see, with me today. So we're gonna go around and introduce ourselves. If you could start off first, please, Erik.
My name's Erik Smith. I'm a purple belt at Newport Richey Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Competed in the Winter Fight Fest at 185 pounds in the gi.
Awesome. And who are you, Jessica?
I am Jessica Day. I'm competing in the Winter Fight Fest for 135 in gi for Jiu-Jitsu.
And then who are you, Jamille?
Hi, I'm Jamille Iglesias. I'm a 4th degree white belt. I am competing in the Winter Fight Fest at 165 with gi.
Awesome. All right, so we have to start with the cliche question. What got you started being involved in jiu-jitsu? Let's start with you, Jamille.
Okay, so what originally got me started was mainly like self-defense reasons, but not even gonna lie, kind of when I started to watch Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey fight in UFC a couple of years ago, that was very motivating and inspiring. So I wanted to be able to learn how to defend and protect myself. So that's really what got me into it.
How about you, Jessica?
I mean, that's crazy. Ronda Rousey got me into it too, Jamille. And I saw her and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know like a woman could do that. And with that attitude and that confidence. And I'm like, I would love to have that confidence. And then I missed a yoga class and went to a BJJ class at this place that allowed free training for veterans. And I saw what they were doing and I'm like, what is this? They're like, it's physical chess. And I have just been like in love with it ever since. And I just can't get enough.
Oh, wow. All right. What about you, Erik?
I've been in the martial arts since I was a kid. Like the old kung fu movies used to come on late at night on Saturdays. And then I've always been a fan of Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. You know, one day, and then the first UFC with Royce Gracie, when everybody first learned about jiu-jitsu, like it's always been something I was interested in. And then one day I started a job at this place and they scanned my ID and my social and I forgot it there. And I had to go back to pick it up. And going back to pick it up, I saw the dojo. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I've been training since that day.
That's so cool. I love all of this. Okay. So what kind of training are you doing yourself to prepare for this event, to encourage your endurance and your strength? Starting with you, Jessica.
So when I get talked into doing a competition, which I don't think is too hard, we all love jiu-jitsu here so much. I really like it because then I want to eat healthy. I want to put on the best game that I can. I want to be a good competitor. And I want to display jiu-jitsu for other women, just like Jamille and I were inspired, and for my son and my daughter, and be a good example for that in my community. So I do everything I can, within reason. There's always little injuries that come up and you've got to kind of, deal with those and nurse those. So I put everything I have into keeping my cardio up, getting in the dojo as much as possible. My teammates are wonderful with helping me iron out any wrinkles or any problems. And they love it just as much as I do. And then you find people in the sport that kind of become experts in different things, and you pick their brain and get their game. And it just makes you a better jiu-jitsu player. And then you get to do the chess more, like you get to play it in a funner. It gets more and more fun the more I learn how to play it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, and I like to run.
That's cool. All right. What about you, Jamille?
I guess you could say I train like 5 days a week. I do MMA Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do jiu-jitsu Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning sometimes. Tuesday, Thursdays is dedicated to jiu-jitsu as well. I just like training and working out. makes me feel better, and I'm only getting better with my self-defense skills. So I just like to develop a lot of my time to training and obviously, school and bettering myself. But that's what I'm doing to prepare. Eating healthy, like Jessica said, and just training.
Cool. What about you, Erik?
Just training. Hard cardio, hard sparring, working wrestling, takedowns, takedown defense, getting out of bad situations. For the last month or so, we've almost lived here. Like we've been training so much. Go big or go home. All the way up.
And so you own the gym, right?
No, I'm the MMA instructor, the NPR MMA repping the squad, and Michael Geary, he's a 3rd degree black belt. He's the owner, head instructor here.
Michael Erie.
Geary, Geery.
And what is NPR?
Newport Richey.
Well, like, what do you wanna? What's the gym? Like, tell us about it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's a nice place, yo. We got a lot of people here, a lot of kids, families. It's a family environment. Some places you go to are super competitive, and it's hard to train because you don't know what you're doing, especially first starting out, and they just crush you, and it's hard to get started. We're not like that here. We have people that train that way, but we're like that with each other. Like new people, we help out. We help them learn so they can figure it out and learn how to play so they can handle it when we crush them later.
Oh, okay. All right. So when you're in a fight situation, how do you know when a move isn't going to work? How do you know when to back down and to do something else? Starting with you, Erik.
You feel it. Like when you're losing position or you're not gaining ground anymore. Like when you get a feel for that point when it's time to bail to something else. Like this isn't working. Like you feel it. If I keep holding on here, I'm gonna end up in a bad position. So you gotta know when to make that adjustment.
What do you think, Jamille?
I agree with what Erik said. Once when you try to go for a submission and you feel it not there, you feel the opponent, defending and doing what they need to do to protect themselves, then maybe like within a matter of seconds, like you automatically know, like, okay, you need to start thinking of a different submission to pull, like a plan B. So yeah, pretty much what Erik said. I'm on board with that.
What do you think, Jessica?
One thing we do here, and especially I like Erik's classes because he teaches sequence. So if you lose one thing, you go to the next, to the next, to the next, and you just kind of keep on coming back around. And so we, the way we train here is we keep things kind of fluid. You can commit to one thing, but you've always got a backup plan, several backup plans.
Word. Okay, so with the holidays approaching, what is a gift that you remember from your childhood that still makes your heart leap, that you were very happy to open it on Christmas Day? Starting with you, Jessica.
Something I was excited to open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my favorite Christmas gift ever was a Rainbow Bright kitchen set.
Oh, fun!
Yes, I wanted a Castle Grayskull because the lady that, now I can't remember her name. She protected the Castle Grayskull, and I wanted to be her. She had red hair, and she was this really cool, smart, tough character. And in the 80s, that's what I really admired. And I wanted to kind of be I guess I grew up around a lot of boys, and it was not a lot of emotional foo-foo things. I admired character and strength. And I wanted a Castle Grayskull, but I never got it. So I might get myself one this Christmas.
You should, right? And what about you, Erik?
I think I was 8 or 9, and me and my brothers got the NES, and we had Mario and Duck Hunt, and there was another game we got. I can't remember what it was right now, but that was like the best Christmas ever.
Fine. What about you, Jamille?
Sorry, I was laughing because mine, I think, is a little embarrassing. When I was in like maybe 4th grade or something, I've always wanted a pair of Heelys. I got a pair of Heelys for Christmas. I cried, I got happy, and that was the best present I've ever got.
I remember the Heelys.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I know, that's why I was laughing. I'm like, that's the only one like Christmas present that made me really happy. Yeah.
So for now, at present tense, as an adult, what do you not want to see under your tree this year? Starting with you, Jamille.
My ex-boyfriend.
Oh no!
Yes.
I love that. What about you, Erik?
I don't have anything, man. I'm pretty laid back. I'm good with anything. Like I work with what I got. If it is what it is, like no preference.
I feel like I don't know, like maybe I'm guilty of doing this, but like I always give my uncles ties for the holidays because I'm like, I don't know what to get you. Like, do you have a lot of ties in your closet?
I don't have any ties. Like,
you don't have any ties?
Not a single one.
That'll be my Christmas gift to you then.
Basketball shorts, sweatpants. Like, I got a couple polos, but no ties.
Fun. Okay, what about you, Jessica?
I wouldn't want to see open Christmas gifts that my kids, opened up. So.
Oh no. Oh, okay. All right. So this is something I've always been curious about. So forgive me if this is a stupid question, but you know how like fight videos will always go viral, right? Do you find yourself being subjective and coaching them on what they're doing right and wrong during the viral fight videos? Starting with you, Erik.
Not even just that. Like I got ESPN Plus, and I watch the UFC fight nights every Saturday, and I watch the prelims, everything, and I'm coaching the whole show. Like I'm getting stuff at the TV. Don't do that. You got to do this. You got to do this. Like it's not even just the viral videos. Like I'm doing it on the prelim fights that nobody's watching.
That's so interesting. What about you, Jessica?
Okay, well, anytime Erik and his girlfriend and I watch the fights or go to fights or anything like that, yeah, we coach the whole time. And I learn a lot from Erik by him, breaking things down. And we love that show. What's it called, Erik?
Detail.
Detail is amazing on ESPN, where it's funny, but he breaks down like every fighter's entire career. So, yeah.
Right. What about you, Jamille?
Mentally, I kind of like puzzle things together in my head, see what the fighters do, and maybe kind of like figure out other ways of going about it in my head. But like screaming at the TV or like coaching out loud, I don't know. I normally don't, but in my head, I do.
Yeah.
Cool. That's so interesting. Every fight is being fought at a different position in your life. That's a quote, a paraphrase quote from Dustin Poirier. How do you move with strategy versus emotion? Starting with you, Jamille.
That's a good question. Well, I try to keep all my emotions aside, because normally when you move forward in a fight with your emotions, you're probably not going to have a good outcome. You're more or less like, I just try to do things strategically instead of emotionally, because I end up, out of the times I did do things with emotion, I found myself more bogged down. I lost a lot more energy because I was fighting out of emotion instead of doing things strategically. So from what I've learned in my past, that those are things I cannot do, and therefore I've applied that to doing things more strategically, like using more limbs or, you know, body parts for my or towards my advantage in the fight game.
True, true. What about you, Erik?
I mean, it's a fight. Like, there's no room for emotion. Like, if you get caught in a bad spot and you start panicking, like you're it's over. Like, you can't do that. You have to stay calm and feel what's there. Think about, you don't really have time to think, but you got to feel what's there and move where the resistance isn't.
What about you, Jessica?
I love what Jamille said. I don't think I can add anything to that. And then, you know, I've been blessed for the last few years to work with Erik. And I feel like I'm like his protege at the dojo. And he's taught me just to not give a flying, you know, F word.
You can curse. You can curse.
Enjoy.
No, actually, no. This is for Leo. No, you can't curse. No, I lied.
F word. I said F word. But yeah, just to, you know, just to stay, it's like it becomes a meditation when you can, and the flow, and when you can just stay in the moment, let, you know, stuff, I almost cussed again, I'm not going to cuss. Just letting things go, letting them be where they're at, letting go of the outcome, kind of detaching. And that's my favorite place in jiu-jitsu. And when we get to compete, you know, we love being in that place too, of just feeling it out and going with the flow and doing what we've worked so hard to do.
True. Very true. So when you're getting ready for a competition, what's your go-to songs you have to listen to get you hype or calm? What is it for you, Jamille?
I go get it.
Yes, I like that one.
That's the song. Yeah.
What about you, Erik?
Run the Jewels.
Yeah, I could do stuff by Run the Jewels. I'm gonna go with my walkout. The song I picked from my walkout, MOP, Annie Up.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that in so long. That was in the B2K movie, wasn't it? Do you remember B2K?
I don't.
No.
I'm gonna look into that.
No, you don't. Oh, you don't have to. They're very. You don't have to look up into them.
I remember.
I think I slightly remember hearing it, but I can't remember songs by them. Or is it a movie? Or I don't.
The boy band. You remember that?
Yeah.
They're in the air with like little Bow Wow and like little Romeo.
Oh.
Yeah. Omarion from them.
Yes. We're showing our age. What's your go-to song, Jessica?
Right now I'm liking a lot of Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I see you. Okay. All right, last question. I'm gonna let you guys get back to your training. Firstly, do we want to do any last plugs for your gym, for yourself, for coaches, etc.? Anyone?
Shout out to the teammates at Newport Richey Jiu-Jitsu Academy, the NPR MMA crew, Professor Mike, Professor Butch, Professor Jay, my co-workers, my girlfriend Krista, her son Cam, my son Don, and everybody here has been so supportive and with helping us get ready. Like, it's truly a gift to have so many people around with such a support group. It's amazing.
I was stalking your page, and it does really feel like a family vibe there.
It is.
Like you posted something on I think it was Thanksgiving. It was just a few friends beating up on each other.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. That was really fun. I definitely have to come up there sometime next year and try it out. Okay, last question. So, in the book The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, the main character always has a cigarette in his mouth. He calls it the killing thing. It's a metaphor. You put the killing thing in your mouth, but you do not give it the power to kill you. In your life, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, what is that killing thing that you do not allow to kill your motivation?
Oh boy.
Starting with you, Erik.
Self-doubt, overthinking. Like, it happens. Like, I'm really ADHD, so the invasive thoughts are always there and questions. So you just have to ignore it and put that stuff aside. You know, it's not real. It's just that, you know, I decide how I progress with things regardless of what these thoughts are thinking. So it's just me making a conscious decision to push forward.
That's very interesting coming from you, because since you've been doing it, you said since you were a child, that self-doubt is still there. That's very interesting.
It's something that just creeps in all the time. It's like, I'm a very confident person, but I second guess myself a lot, like after the fact. And it's one of those things where, like, it happened, it's over. Like, thinking about it now, like, it helps to replay things, to look for mistakes and how to do things better. But other than that, like, there's no point. It's just wasted mental energy.
What do you think? What's your killing thing, Jamille?
Pretty much what Erik said. It's just our negative thoughts. Like, you could love yourself and be so confident, but then, you know, you're deep down in the back of your head, you're always comparing yourself to others, or, you know, your skills or technique to other people, and then, you know, slowly starts to, you know, get at you. But that's the thing I work on the most, to not let, you know, bother me. Like the whole theory with the smoke cigarette, you don't give it the power to kill you. So that's what I'm working on, is more or less my thoughts towards myself, or like thoughts towards myself and my skills and what I'm doing for myself, what I'm thinking about. So pretty much what Erik said is just, you know, self-doubt.
What about you, Jessica?
So each time we train for competition, I find it's always more me versus me, and different character defects come up, and a lot of self-doubt. It was definitely always lurking, and fear. But right now, what my teammates have been pushing me with is, when you feel like you have nothing else and you want to quit, you actually have this reservoir of so much more inside of you that you can pull from. And once you tap into that, it's just that one like barrier. But once you go into that, you open that door, you're like willing to try one more thing. There's like a whole reservoir. And I don't think without, you know, things like this pressure for the competition and those things, I don't think I would develop that character, or like have, you know, the pressure helps challenge us in all these ways, and we share that with each other, and it's nice to be in a family community where we can be open with each other and be like, hey, this is what I'm challenged with. And then after the competition, it's like, man, remember when I had that? And, you know, it's just like we make each other better people. And we're very self-aware here. And I appreciate being in a community of people that are improving themselves and very self-aware. The conversations are pretty cool.
You're making it seem like a dam. Like, like no, not like the curse word dam, but like, you know what I'm saying though, right? like you're only letting a little bit of water out, but like there's so much pressure there that's you're so much more powerful, but you're only allowing a little bit out. Maybe.
I like that. For me, it's like when I reach the point where I'm like, I have nothing to give. And, you know, the guys push, you know, the females really hard here. And you know, they don't hurt us, but they push us. And when you're going against a guy that's like 100 pounds heavier than you, and you're like, I have nothing to give. And they're like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. There's something in you that switches, and you find that there's like a reservoir, and you're like, you go. And you stop even kind of thinking about being tired, and you're focused on, how do I push through this? And I don't have anything else in my life that challenges me or motivates me, and has taught me this. And, you know, so it's really, really cool.
That was beautiful. Oh, wow, you guys are so cool. Thank
you're
you
a great
guys.
interviewer too.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying my best. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you
Looking
guys.
forward to it. Take care.